because you may be able to hear that I've got a dodgy throat, but I'm still trying to get this fibro section to you this week. So I have my drink, and if I have to keep stopping and starting, I apologise, but I'll try my best. And it's not going to be a major long one today either, because I can't deal with that. Right, so fibro section, bling 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 bling. And this week it's going to be on sleep, or lack of it, I should say. Right, okay, so let's start off. So why, let me put that up there and then I'll have to keep looking down. Done a lot of research into this, by the way. Why is sleep bad in chronic pain or fibro patients? Okay, so pain that prevents us or wakes us up. So we're in pain, or we go to sleep and then we get pain and it wakes us up. Nightmares, I suffer with that a lot. They wake me up, and that can be caused by medication or by stress. And that leads me on to stress. Maybe you're not working like I'm not. Maybe you've got money troubles because of that. Maybe you've got relationship troubles because of your illness. Maybe you're just feeling guilt, you know, anything that can cause stress. Now, this is one that I wasn't aware of until I did some research, but apparently people with fibromyalgia have alpha wave intrusions in their brain, okay, which wake us up during the deeper sleep stages. So when we're in deep sleep, these alpha waves in our brains wake us up. So that is one that I didn't know that I do now. So I'm passing that knowledge on to you. So what can we do to help, really? Now, I am taking a lot of this. The first lot of suggestions are from Twitter. I asked on Twitter what people do to help them to sleep. Then the second lot of suggestions are a mixture of the internet and the pain management course I went on. So first of all, I'm going to go through what people said on Twitter. So what can we do to help? So firstly, I take, I don't know if you can see that, but that's Melissa Dreams tablets. Now you can get these from either Holland & Barrett or Amazon. I will link it below for you. And these aid restful sleep. I take 2 of these an hour before bed, before I go to bed. Every single night I take these, and I have tried to not take them and then I can't sleep at all, or my nightmares are even more horrendous. So if you haven't tried them, give them a whirl. Prescribed, I am prescribed Nortriptyline, if you can see that. I have 3 of these a night, so 30 milligrams of Nortriptyline, and I have these 2 hours before I go to bed. So that's the medication that I take. If you are interested in the Nortriptyline, then ask your doctor about that. I also use an electric blanket under my my fitted sheet in the cold weather, which helps like the aches and pains. Someone suggested a cold pillow, so if you have watched my hacks video, if not, I will link it. And in there is a cold pillow, so if you suffer with night sweats, that's a good alternative. Self-hypnosis relaxation tracks on YouTube. I'm going to try and link some for you. I can't get on with them, and I'll tell you for why. Because they send me to sleep. Always I've listened to these self-hypnosis or relaxation, yoga, nidra I've tried, and they all send me to sleep, well, mainly, and then as soon as they stop I wake up and I'm even more awake than I was before. So they don't work for me, but they might work for you. I know they work for some people. Magnesium apparently helps you to sleep. I didn't know that. I thought magnesium was more for joints and things. But magnesium helps you to sleep, so look into that. Maybe speak to a herbalist in a herbal shop, or your GP. They know quite a few herbal tablets and what they do. Now this one seems silly, but a comfortable bed and pillows, I mean, it seems like, you know, you should know that, but maybe some people don't think about, is my bed actually that comfortable? My bed is very comfortable. I love my bed. It's too comfortable because I just want to be in it all the time. And also a body cushion. So again, in my life hacks, I link to body cushion. So go watch that video and you'll get all the links for that there. But yeah, the body cushion is literally, it wraps around your body so you can sort of move it to where you want it. Have water nearby. So if you're thirsty, because like the Nortriptyline for me makes me really thirsty at night. So I drink probably about a litre of water before I've even gone to sleep. And that's not a good thing because then I want to go for a wee. But I have to because I'm so thirsty, that don't keep me awake. Someone said about soothing music, so just music. I can't do that unless I had it in my ears because obviously I sleep next to my husband Mark, so it's not fair, he don't want to listen to music. So I can't sleep with headphone things in, I just can't, but other people it will help. Now someone suggested box fan ventilation sounds. I have never heard of them, but I'm going to have a look into it, and if I can find any I'll link them for you. It sounds interesting. Okay, so this is the research that I've done now. So that was all Twitter, people and my advice. Now this is research. So research suggests to try and have a healthy dinner before 7 p.m. and avoid eating after 7 p.m. to prevent the reflux and things that you might get, or your IBS flares after that. Avoid the blue light. So you've probably heard a lot about blue light. So, oh, just knocked the book on. Like on your phone, I actually have a blue light thing on here, so I minimise it. So I've got an Android phone. I'm not sure if they're on iPhones. But the same goes with apparently TV have blue light. I didn't know that. But it says avoid blue light up to 1 hour before bed. So, which is TV, phone, laptop, or you could put a blue light reducer on it. Exercise in the morning apparently is better than exercising at night, because exercising at night just brings up your energy levels, whereas you're trying to reduce them. So exercising in the morning is good, or during the day, but not at night, unless you're doing something calming like yoga and meditation. Using a diffuser in the room with maybe lavender oil in, or chamomile, something soothing that helps you to sleep. I haven't tried that one yet because my diffuser is packed, but I might do it if I have trouble sleeping in the bungalow. I might try that. And a warm bath before bed. Again, I'm not going to be able to do that soon because we haven't got a bath in the bungalow, but I actually don't like many baths. I prefer to have showers, so if you like a bath, go for it. So keep your room cool or warm depending on how you need it. So if you're someone that gets hot easily like me, I like to open a window and make sure the room is cool, not like have the heating on right up until you go to bed and then you're sweating buckets and you can't sleep because you're too hot. For me, I prefer to be cold than hot, but some people prefer to be warmer than colder. It's up to you. Essential oils, apparently, bergamot and frankincense, you can rub it on the bottom of your feet and that really helps going to sleep. Again, something I might try. I've never tried that. Listen to podcasts. I've done that before and that always sends me to sleep. Vitamin D apparently is very important for sleep. Didn't know that again. So maybe you need some vitamin D supplements or get out in the sun a bit more. It does say about getting out in the sunshine, so when we've got sunshine, that is. We've done listening to music. Cognitive behavioural therapy. So I guess they're saying this is for the stress part. If you haven't got, you're not having therapy, or you think you need therapy, you might want to talk to your GP about that, because it definitely affects my sleep. If I've had a hard session with my therapist, I have a lot more nightmares and things like that. So it might help in the long run. So medication, you might need to change your medication. Maybe talk to your GP about that, or go to a herbalist like in Holland and Barrett, or some, you might know of a good little herbal shop that someone might be able to help you, because they've got the book which they can go through and make sure nothing's clashing. Avoiding alcohol close to bedtime. Now I find if I've had a glass of wine or two, and if it's just like 1 or 2 wines, then it doesn't really affect me. But if I've had like more than that, I find I go to sleep really quickly, but then I wake up and I can't go back to sleep again, and I get like sweats and horrible. So I try to limit how much alcohol I have, if I have it, and yeah, because otherwise it really does affect your sleep. And don't drink it too close to bedtime. Keep your bedroom as dark as possible as well. So like minimise lights, maybe put something over an alarm clock thing. I mean, my alarm clock thing doesn't bother me, but before now, because we've got an ensuite at the moment, we won't have soon, and if the toothbrush thing is plugged in to charge, I could see this flashing light. It looks like UFOs are landing in me ensuite. So maybe like make sure the cupboard's shut or the door's shut and things like that that aren't going to disturb you. Getting up at the same time every morning. Now this is everything I researched, it kept saying about this. I have tried to do this lately. This morning I couldn't because I'm not well, so I got up probably an hour and a half later than I normally would, but I usually get up around 9 AM every morning, sometimes earlier depending on what I've got to do, if I've got appointments or whatever. But I don't know about you, but I find mornings really hard, so I have to drag myself up. But getting up at the same time apparently is really important for your body clock, so try it, and you don't know what you got to lose. Try to cut out day napping. If you nap during the day, try to cut it out, because that can really affect your sleep at night. If you have to, it suggests you have to have a sleep before 1 PM and only half an hour. So, I mean, I've never, the only time I have slept during the day is if 1, I'm really ill, or 2, if I'm on like morphine, it'll knock me out. So I don't sleep during the day, ever. But if you do, try and cut it out or try and reduce it. And go to bed when you're tired, not before. Just go to bed when you're tired. But if you're not tired and you think, right, hang on, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm still up because she said only go to bed when I'm tired. Obviously you're going to have to go to bed at some point. I tend to go to bed around 10 o'clock. Sometimes it's earlier if I'm not feeling great, so maybe 9, half 9. It just all depends on how I am, but I can't wait to get into my bed because my bed's so comfortable and I just usually feel so rubbish. But 10 o'clock usually is the time I go, and then I won't go to sleep until about anything between half 11 and half 12, something like that sort of time is the time I drop off. So I don't know if that's normal, that's just how I find it. And then I wake up anything from sort of 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. I do wake up during the night, don't get me wrong, I don't sleep all that time. So the pain clinic as well, I mean they give you like all the ins and outs of sleep. Like, I don't know why we need to know that, you know, the rapid eye movement and all that. But it did say, which surprised me, how much sleep do we need? And it said anything from 4 to 10 hours. 4 hours. If I just had 4 hours every single night, I think I'd be shattered. But I don't know, maybe that's all we need. 10 hours, don't get 10 hours. It says it changes with age and depends on the levels of activity. So if you're not very active, you're not going to really want to be sleeping that much, are you? That's the problem. So again, it's just saying everything that I've already mentioned. And then it does say, changing your habits. What do you do in bed? Watch TV, read, eat or drink, do puzzles, speak on the phone. You're creating an association between these activities and being in bed. Use your bed for sleeping and sex and not anything else. Develop a winding down routine, bath, reading, to give that. If you keep hearing a beep, that's my phone. It's really driving me nuts, sorry. To give the body cues that it is time to slow down. If you can't get to sleep, get out of bed, do a restful activity until sleep again. I've never done that because I think if I get out of bed and do something, I'll be wide awake. I know I can't, if I can't sleep, I know I'm just laying there, but I'll tell you one thing that I haven't written down that I will suggest. Let me just turn this thing off my phone. If you can't go to sleep, is do an A to Z. So say A to Z of boys' names. So like A, Alex, B, Bill, C, and go through the alphabet. Very rarely do I get to Z. There's some that sometimes you can't do, and it can be for anything. So I do animals, shops, boys' names, girls' names, items in your house, anything. It's just that mundane thing of going through A to Z can really help you to go to sleep. So that's what I tend to do. Have you got any suggestions? If you've got any suggestions of what you do when you're wide awake and can't sleep during the night, then, or can't go off to sleep, drop it in the comment below. I would be interested to hear. I am going to go now. There's probably a lot more I could talk to you about, but my throat is so sore and so dry that I need to have a drink and go rest and watch some Netflix. So I'm glad I've managed to bring this video out for you today, even though I'm feeling rubbish, and I hope that it can help some of you and you can try some of the things that I've suggested and that people have suggested, and it might help. You never know. Like I say, that's the only reason I'm doing these videos, is to try and help people that are in similar situations to myself. Oh, one thing I didn't say, other disorders that affect sleep, restless leg syndrome. I get this. My legs just won't stop moving. Someone said about massaging them. I don't know if that would help me or not. I don't know, I haven't tried it. And sleep apnea, where some people have to wear those masks to sleep in. That must be really hard to sleep with a mask over your face. But anyway, there are other disorders that can affect sleep along with what we've got. So I just thought I'd throw them in because I forgot. I just saw them written down here. Anyway, please, because it's taken so much for me to make this video today, give it a big thumbs up. And I know I look a mess, I know I do, but I'm sorry. And as usual, the weekly will be with you on Saturday.